Hi everyone, I want to do a little bike check on my Ratbike. This is a bike that I've posted quite a lot on Instagram. It was part of the cheap bike build-off challenge from last year, and I've been continuously improving and changing it up. So I thought I'd just go over some things and let you see some of the details. So if you haven't seen this bike before, it started out as a Saracen Traverse, probably from 95 or 96 or so on. It was a bike that I bought for 40 euros. It had a pretty beat up paint job, so I decided to really change it up, and I wanted to get a rusty Ratbike look. So there's some videos on that kind of treatment I did with basically first stripping it raw, sanding it down, and then I basically burned it with a blowtorch and applied linseed oil. I had to do a treatment with some chemicals to get this effect, and after that I did a clear coating. So actually it's holding up okay. I'm not sure how long it's gonna hold, so of course it's a bad idea and it's a stupid idea, but it's also an interesting project. At the moment it's not coming off, so clear coat is holding up, but I do want to try out a different type of treatment for the next Ratbike or a raw steel frame that I do. So it might look a little bit strange or unbalanced, and the main reason is that it's a mallet setup. So I got a 26er rear wheel, and it's a frame for a 26 inch wheel, but the front suspension forks were really bad. The elastomers were gone, so I exchanged it to this steel fork, which was also really cheap. It's actually for a trekking bike, like 28-inch wheel, but it actually somehow really replaces the suspension fork in a perfect way, because the bike rides perfectly. I have no strange feeling bombing around with this bike on trails like today, even doing it one-handed with the camera. At the moment I'm running a front disc brake only, because it's a work in progress always. So I still got the rear canty brakes obviously attached to absolutely nothing. Also got the rear disc, because I changed this wheel this summer because I wanted to match the black front rim, and I found this one on the scrapyard actually, so it was for free. But it would be nice to get some welding done here to be able to also run the rear brake. At the moment I'm fine, it's my responsibility, but yeah, work in progress. 7-speed cassette matched to an 11-speed SRAM NX, and that's a strange setup. I'm running it as a friction shifter, so that works okay. It's enough gears for the type of cruising I do with this bike. This is also a friction shifter that I absolutely love. Quality is so great with some of these old stuff that you find. It has a feel that is better than, say, a new modern XT lever that I also have. I like this one better. I am at the moment running moto bars. These are aluminium, really comfortable. I like the really sleek look you get of a 22mm diameter motor bar without the the thing on top there, it also makes it very comfortable to ride. So one of my favorite bars. Usually I want to have a BMX stem. Here I had to put these spacers to make it fit with a normal 31.8 inch, 31.8 millimeter mountain bike stem. But yeah, it works, it holds. Got 4 bolts there. So what else can we say? Yeah, Tange Seiki updated, or a new headset, also works really good. It's one of the items that I use in a lot of builds. I also found these green spacers just to get some contrast and color in the build, and I follow that up with these BMX pedals from Merit, which work quite fine. They're plastic but cheap, grippy enough. The cranks, I put on this really cheap golden narrow wide chainring from some Chinese brand. I think it was like 7 or 8 euros, but it works. And actually I had golden chainrings on a number of builds. It was never intentional, but somehow it's becoming a little bit of my signal to put on golden chainrings. If you look closely also, we can see some words of encouragement written in Swedish, trampa fetto. So some of the viewers might be able to comment what the actual meaning is. I won't say it here. But yeah, I live in Germany, but I'm actually born in the very north of Sweden. We're talking Arctic Circle. Another signum is that I always do this kind of chainstay wraps with the inner tube that I cut up. I like it. It has to be there on my bikes for it to feel right. So I always do this. I kind of like the look of it. Maybe I do a video on that, because a lot of people do that. I do it my way, and I think this looks pretty sleek, and it works also. Also here then, butter side up, just to make it a fun build with a lot of details. And yeah, here you can see some golden parts that I actually painted there. What else can we say? Quite a lot of BMX stickers. I like to put BMX stuff on my bikes. So Kunstform, that's some hope, because I think I have some hope parts on this bike. Might be just a screw or a bolt, but I definitely put some, not hope, Tune, sorry, Tune, German brand. Gutenbiken, one of the cool bike shops here in Munich. The best brands. Odyssey. Yeah, not a soccer fan, but I had that one. It was brown, kind of fitting to the style. This bag was a camo color. It was more green, but after having it out in the sun a lot, it actually turned more brown. So for me it fits perfectly into the color scheme of this bike. And then Brooks B17 saddle, really comfortable. I like this saddle. I have a few of them, also have the Cambium. I don't really buy them anymore. I also like the look of more original 90s saddles, but yeah, in terms of comfort, nothing beats it, I would say, at least for a cruiser. The Brooks B17, I like to keep a little bit lean back, feels more comfortable to me. Usually I put the saddle straight, but yeah, for a leather saddle I want it a little bit lean back. A titanium screw. There is titanium parts on the bike, so that's actually a titanium screw that I found fit good into that some beat up bottle holders. Gotta have the correct patina, of course, for such a bike. And when you got stuff in your parts bin, sometimes it just fits. So I'm reluctant to throw things away. And yeah, this is also very stable, works nicely. I have a frame bag, Saracen, which came with my Muddy Fox Courier that you also saw in my videos. Rusted parts here, faded. It still works perfectly. So you have to admire sometimes the old quality. It's probably a 30-40-year-old bag. Got an inner tube there, but actually everything here. Sorry, my camera is bothering me. Everything here still works perfectly with the zipper. Also got BMX grips, kind of same color scheme, brown, burgundy, I guess you would call this, but with the frame bag. I really like that look. Should put some bar ends in there. I guess the problem with this bar is that it's pretty thick aluminum, so you have to find a special plug, or maybe drink a bottle of wine and then put the plug in there. Yeah. Tag from the pedals, put it there because kind of gives you a good vibe when it's flying around in the wind when you're riding. Maxxis tire. We got the Holy rollers in the back, 2.4. I like these for a cruiser. They feel very sturdy, gives you decent grip. They don't roll great, but okay for the type of bike. And what cool is this fender setup is actually working without rubbing on such a wide tire. I found that pretty cool. Oh, always gotta line up the cranks. Also Maxxis in the front. That's a torch, so 2.1. It's about the limit of what this fork can take. But yeah, it gives a very push ride. What else can we see? This is just putting some own tags with my, let's say, brand, bike to FICA. FICA, if you don't know it, it's not Italian. Don't Google it. For me it's Swedish, and it basically means to have coffee with some sweets. Hence the bike to FICA, because I like to go out and ride and have some coffee. The other tag that I have is that one, and that was more to force myself to do more training. I like to do powerlifting, and I made this to, I think, hit a 200 kilogram deadlift, just to inspire myself. Some more BMX stickers, pretty cheap, Shimano disc brake, and yeah, the fork is from Nishiki. It's steel. It's quite okay. I like the look of a straight blade fork. I would probably like this one more if it had really, the profile was round. Now it's kind of a little bit arrow shaped. But yeah, really fun bike. The basket is something cheap, but it works. Also like to have the straps there to be able to carry stuff with it. Yeah, use this one quite a lot. Next up, what I'm planning is probably to do a motor bar that I will strip and have a raw steel to better match the frame. So that's a little project that I'm planning. Apart from that, I guess I'll just continue to ride it and enjoy it. Yeah, hope you like this little insight into my rat bike, and if anyone is on the edge of doing something similar, yeah, take a cheap frame that you don't care too much about, that other people maybe don't care too much about, but then you can have really some fun with it. And this was the most creative project I've done so far. I really like the process, being completely free in what you do, create something that is unique. And this is the bike where I had the most requests to sell it, which I won't do. I don't really sell my bikes, which is maybe a problem because I should have some outflow to do more projects, but at the moment I've decided to keep it more a hobby and not try to bring in the stress of doing a business of it. Okay, I think I leave it at that. Hope you have a nice day. Bye bye.